Okay, so I just read about this new version of DeepTutor, and it sounds like a total game changer in AI education tools.
Right? They've completely revamped the architecture. It's like they're saying, let's make AI learning more interactive and efficient.
Exactly, this idea of having a unified chat workspace really caught my attention. Imagine switching between chat, problem solving, and research seamlessly.
I know, and the tutorbot concept is brilliant. These aren't just chatbots, they're autonomous tutors that evolve with you. How cool is that?
But doesn't that assume a lot about user engagement? What if someone doesn't interact with their tutor bot regularly?
Good point. The effectiveness could drop if the bot isn't utilized enough. Plus, it raises questions about how well it can adapt without consistent feedback.
Right, and I wonder how they handle the personalization aspect. It could be overwhelming if it tries to remember too much.
They mention a persistent memory feature that keeps track of your learning journey. That sounds like it could be useful, but might also feel invasive.
Totally, it's like having a digital shadow, but what happens when your learning style or interests change?
That's a valid concern. If the memory isn't adaptable, it could lead to misalignment between the tutorbot's guidance and the learner's current needs.
Speaking of adaptability, the guided learning feature sounds impressive too. It creates structured learning paths from your materials.
For sure, it turns static resources into interactive journeys. But how does it decide which points are the most important?
Good question. I guess it must have some algorithm for prioritizing content, but I'd like to know how transparent that process is.
Transparency is crucial, especially when learners are relying on AI guidance. It could affect their trust in the system.
Agreed, and how about the knowledge management aspect? You can upload documents and create searchable bases.
That's such a powerful tool, but does it account for the quality of the documents? Not all sources are created equal.
Exactly. Imagine if someone uploads a poorly researched paper, how does the system differentiate that from a reputable source?
Exactly. That's a real challenge. There's potential for misinformation if the system isn't discerning enough.
That makes me think about the need for a verification layer. Maybe user ratings or peer reviews could help.
That could work. Community feedback might improve the quality of the knowledge base over time.
Now let's talk about the math animator feature. Turning complex concepts into visuals, that's like bringing math to life.
It really is. Visual learning can be so effective, but I'm curious, who's creating the animations? Is it all automated?
I hope it's not purely automated. There's something about a human touch that makes explanations resonate more.
True, without that, it might feel mechanical. Learning should feel engaging, not just like watching a robot explain.
Exactly, and the flexibility of using CLI or a web interface is a nice touch. Some people prefer one over the other.
Very accommodating. But is there a learning curve for those who are less tech-savvy? That's worth considering.
For sure, if it's overwhelming, beginners might shy away. They need an easy entry point.
Right? And the success of DeepTutor hinges on how well it balances complexity with user-friendliness.
Speaking of balance, I wonder how they handle privacy with all this data collection.
That's paramount. Users should feel secure. Clear policies on data usage could go a long way towards that.
Totally, so to wrap this all up, what do you think is the most exciting feature?
I think the tutorbot's ability to evolve is fascinating. It could redefine personalized learning.
Agreed, but it'll be interesting to see how they tackle the challenges we discussed.
Absolutely. I'm really curious how this all plays out in real-world applications.
Right? Maybe we'll get to see some user feedback soon that will give us more insight.
Let's hope so. There's so much potential here, but also a lot we'll need to keep an eye on.
Exactly. I can't wait to explore how DeepTutor evolves and what it means for the future of education.
Same here. It's a thrilling time for AI in education, and I'm here for it.
Totally, let's keep an eye out for updates and see how the community responds.
Absolutely. I'm excited to see where it goes next.